Hey everybody, welcome back into a video. So, y'all remember the Switch Pro rumors, right? Right? Remember how YouTubers constantly would not shut up about it because it was literally in the news all the time every fucking year? Like, it was like, I have a source saying the Switch Pro is coming this year. Then it's coming again next year. And the year after that. And the year after that. You kind of get how nauseating that is hearing the same damn thing every single year only for it to end up false. Anyway, so if this report by Digital Foundry is correct, because apparently they talked to unnamed developers who have told them that the Switch Pro was real at one point, but it has now been cancelled, and Nintendo is seemingly moving on to the Switch 2 or whatever they're going to call it. Anyway, let's look at the article, then I'll give my take. Rumor: Digital Foundry claims the Switch Pro was real and canceled. The Switch Pro rumor has been one that's plagued Nintendo for literally years. There have been countless industry insiders claiming Nintendo was working on a beefed-up revamp for the Switch, but it never came to be. Oh, I don't know. Every freaking year. Every goddamn year. Like, literally. I think ever since the Switch launched, there was rumors about the Switch Pro. It was tied to the Switch Mini rumor that we actually got in 2019, and you all remember those hints toward some kind of new Switch hardware in 2021, which obviously was the OLED. People have the theory that it originally was going to be the Pro, but seemingly maybe the chip shortage kind of changed plans, because maybe if this chip shortage was a thing, maybe we would have gotten the Switch Pro. But anyway, who knows? According to the Digital Foundry gang, Nintendo is indeed working on a Switch Pro as a mid-gen Switch update. The information comes from numerous unnamed developers Digital Foundry was speaking with, as you might have guessed. All plans for the Switch Pro have been called off now, and it appears efforts have instead shifted to a successor. They say Digital Foundry also said not to expect the successor in 2023. Well, a theory I'll get into later just went out the fucking window. Anyway, finally there's a bit of speculation on their part, as they speculate that Nintendo is likely worried about the transition from Switch to its successor. Considering how Nintendo's last few systems have done, you can certainly see why they have concern. There have been huge hits like the Wii and the Switch, as well as failures like the Wii U. Kind of funny that I actually own the Wii and the Switch. I still own the Switch, and I never got the Wii U. And considering how many Wii U ports came to Switch, I'd say that was probably a good thing that I didn't. So, yeah, because literally over the last few years, there's been on and off Wii U ports, like New Super Mario Brothers Wii Deluxe or whatever it was called. There was also 3D World, which that game is pretty good. I really enjoyed the Bowser's Fury expansion, definitely, and I do think that the next 3D Mario game is going to be based around that formula that they experimented with for that. So anyway, but here's my theory. Like, if there was going to be a new Switch hardware next year, it would have launched with, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which comes out in May. That was my thinking. At the time before this came out, that this theoretical new Switch hardware would come out next year alongside that game. History repeats itself. That's when the original Switch launched. But then again, the revision of the Switch came out in September, both the Lite and the OLED. Actually, OLED was October, because it launched alongside Metroid Dread. So, last year. So, I heard Metroid Dread is pretty awesome. I've heard really good things about that game, so hopefully we see something at some point about Prime 4. Hopefully. Hope we get that Metroid Prime trilogy, at some point. Would be nice to play through those games again, because I played 1 and 2, never played 3, so it would be nice to have all those on the Switch. Hey, maybe someday, but time will tell, I guess, with that one. But anyway, yeah, so what all Nintendo needs to really do for this successor to be successful, like the Switch was, just have good marketing, kind of have plenty of first-party and third-party support, because, again, first and third-party support are crucial to the success for a console/platform. So, again, just need a more powerful Switch, really. And also, have some good features. They don't need to totally change, go back to the drawing board. They don't need to. Because with how successful the hybrid model is for the Switch, like, I hopefully it shows them that they don't need to go back to the drawing board every single time, because there's always that risk. I mean, look at the Wii U. Anybody say more? Same thing with the Virtual Boy. I know people like to say, "Oh, that's not a home console." I hate to tell you, it's a home console. Sorry. I know Review Tech USA doesn't consider that, but it is. But whatever. But yeah, so they don't need to really change the board. Some other things I would like in this Switch successor would be, I don't know, an achievement system like Sony and Microsoft have. You know, Sony with their trophies and Microsoft with, achievements. I think it's finally time that the Nintendo drops on, gets on board with that. I don't really care about achievements all that much, but it would be nice to have. It's just something nice. It's just something that's there. Oh, and also, and get native voice chat, Nintendo. Come on, you did it with the Wii, and I'm pretty sure you did it with the Wii U too. There is no freaking reason why the Switch needed a freaking phone app. There's no freaking reason why that was a thing. Oh my god, I'll never understand that decision Nintendo did. I'll never understand that. Okay, mini rant over that. Yeah, but yeah, so hopefully for the Switch 2, the Joy-Con drift is gone, because that's been a thing. I mean, I remember them being sued over that. But yeah, so I mean, with the timing of everything, I mean, is it really a surprise that there was plans for a Switch Pro at one point, but they canceled it? I mean, I don't know why anybody should be surprised by this, because it just makes perfect sense with how long the Switch has been out. What? Like 5 years? And we're coming into 2023. So in March, it would be out for 6 years. So yeah, it sounds about right. It would be around the time like where we could start hearing things about a successor to the platform. But Nintendo obviously said that this would be a longer than usual generation. And before the 7th generation, consoles only had a 4 to 5 year lifespan. Because that was the thing. Because remember, from the GameCube to the Wii, it was only 5 years. And from the Wii to the Wii U, I believe it was 6 years. And from the Wii U to the Switch, it was what? Like 4.5 years? 4.5 to 5. So pretty close to the typical lifespan for a system. It was pretty close. But yeah. But now, when do I think the Switch 2 could come out? I was thinking, like, here's my thing. I thought they were going to launch it with Tears of Kingdom, like I said earlier. But if what Digital Foundry is saying is correct, which it probably is, looks like that theory is out the window. So if it were to come out in, like, 2024, so I wonder what games they would launch with it. Maybe a new 3D Mario. Hey, maybe they do another N64 where a 3D Mario game launches alongside the system. Since Tears of the Kingdom isn't, because that's coming out next year, and seemingly the Switch 2 isn't coming out till after that period. So I wonder what would be next. Maybe Prime 4 is a cross-gen game? I would assume maybe like they would do like 1 or 2 cross-gen games like Breath of the Wild was. But I guess time will tell. But yeah, all Nintendo needs to do is just continue with the hybrid model and improve upon it. And introduce some new features like, achievement system. Maybe for streamers, introduce a broadcast feature like the other 2 platforms have. And really just make a more powerful Switch. And for the love of God, I hope there is backwards compatibility with this thing. I really hope for that, Nintendo, because you've done it before. You've done it pretty successfully in the past, so I understand why the Switch wasn't because of the different format. But this time, if you do the hybrid model again, which I think you probably will, backwards compatibility should be a thing going forward. Period. Especially with how you want everyone going digital, but I guess we'll see on that one. Hopefully that's true, but anyway, I think that's all I kind of really got to say on this point. But yeah, Nintendo, don't change the board like you always do. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button and consider hitting that sub button. I'll see you guys later.